chosen one. This message will reach you exactly when you need it most. There are moments in life when time feels intentional, when a word arrives not by accident but by design. This is one of those moments. You are not here because you were wandering. You are not listening because you were bored. You are here because something within your spirit recognized a call before your mind could explain it. Long before you understood the weight you carry, it was written that your steps would be ordered, that your days would not unfold randomly, and that even the pauses and delays would serve a greater purpose. The steps of a righteous one are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in their way. Psalm 37:23. That ordering does not always feel gentle. Sometimes it feels like resistance, like silence, like doors closing without explanation. But order does not mean ease, it means intention. There are seasons when the chosen feel hidden, overlooked, misunderstood. Not because they lack value, but because preparation often happens in obscurity. Scripture reminds us that what is planted must first go into the ground before it rises. Unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone, but if it dies, it bears much fruit. John 12:24. There are parts of you that had to be buried, old identities, misplaced attachments, voices that defined you too small. The burial was not punishment, it was protection. It was the necessary separation between who you were and who you are becoming. You were not abandoned in that dark place. You were being shaped where only the unseen work could be done. You may have asked why the journey has felt longer for you than for others, why the pressure seemed heavier, the tests more frequent, the waiting more intense. It is because much has been entrusted to you. To whom much is given, much will be required. Luke 12:48. That requirement is not cruelty, it is confirmation. You are being trained to carry weight without collapsing, to remain steady when others retreat, to speak life when silence would be easier. The refining fire was never meant to destroy you. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you walk through fire, you shall not be burned. Isaiah 43:2. Fire reveals what cannot be shaken. There have been moments when you questioned your own strength, when fatigue whispered that you should stop believing for more, that you should settle for less. But even in those moments, grace sustained you. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. Weakness did not disqualify you, it positioned you. It taught you dependence, humility, discernment. It stripped away pride and replaced it with trust. You learned that your ability alone would never be enough, and that realization became the doorway through which divine strength entered. You were called before you felt ready. You were set apart before you felt worthy. This is how calling works. It does not wait for perfection, it creates transformation. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1:5. Knowing came before doing, setting apart came before understanding. That is why confusion has often accompanied your obedience. You followed instructions you could not fully explain. You walked paths that made sense only in hindsight. Faith is not clarity, it is trust in the character of the one who calls. There is also the pain of being misunderstood. When you carry vision, not everyone will recognize it. When you refuse to compromise, not everyone will applaud it. Even those closest to you may question your choices. But approval was never the measure of obedience, for we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. Sight seeks validation, faith seeks alignment. You were not chosen to blend in, you were chosen to stand firm. That firmness has cost you relationships, comfort, and familiarity, but it has preserved your purpose. The silence you endured was not emptiness, it was instruction. In stillness, discernment is sharpened. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 4:6-10. Stillness removes distractions so truth can be heard. In that quiet you learn to recognize what does not belong, to let go of what drains you, to guard what has been entrusted to you. You learned that not every voice deserves access and not every opportunity deserves a yes. Wisdom grew where noise once lived. There were nights when prayers felt unanswered, when hope felt delayed, but delay is not denial. Timing is part of promise. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not delay. Habakkuk 2:3. What feels slow is often precise. What feels late is often right on time. The preparation had to match the promise. Your character had to grow strong enough to sustain what is coming. If it had arrived earlier, it might have crushed you. If it had arrived later, you might have lost heart. So it is arriving exactly when you need it most. You have been learning how to forgive without receiving apologies, how to release without receiving closure. That is not weakness, that is freedom. Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, as God forgave you. Ephesians 4:32. Forgiveness unties you from the past so you can move forward unburdened. It does not excuse what was done. It refuses to let what was done define what is next. You were never meant to carry bitterness into a future designed for peace. There is also a refining happening in your speech, your thoughts, your reactions. Words hold power, and you are learning to use them wisely. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, Proverbs 18:21. You are being taught to speak with intention, to bless rather than curse, to declare truth even when emotions fluctuate. This discipline is preparing you to influence, to lead, to restore. What you speak in private will eventually shape what you release in public. You may not see the full picture yet, but fragments are coming together. What once felt like scattered experiences are aligning into a coherent story. Nothing was wasted, not the pain, not the waiting, not the detours. All things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. That working together often happens quietly, beneath the surface, long before visible change appears. Trust is required in the unseen phase. There is a resilience forming in you that cannot be taught, only lived. You have learned to stand when emotions waver, to remain faithful when circumstances shift. Let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart. Galatians 6:9. Weariness visits everyone, but losing heart is optional. You chose perseverance. You chose obedience. You chose to believe that endurance would produce something lasting. You are also learning discernment between what is urgent and what is important. Not every battle requires your energy. Not every criticism deserves your response. There is a time to be silent and a time to speak. Ecclesiastes 3:7. Maturity is knowing the difference. Silence has preserved your peace. Restraint has protected your focus. You are being trained to move with wisdom, not impulse. Even now, as this message reaches you, something is shifting. Awareness is awakening. Strength is rising. The reminder you needed is being delivered. You were never forgotten. You were never overlooked. You were being prepared. The Lord will perfect that which concerns me. Psalm 138:8. Perfection here does not mean flawlessness. It means completion. What was started will be finished. What was promised will be fulfilled. There is more ahead than behind. The weight you carried is giving way to clarity. The lessons you learned are becoming tools. The faith you practiced in private is preparing you for what will be entrusted in the open. You are stepping into a season where alignment replaces confusion, where purpose becomes clearer, where obedience feels lighter because understanding is increasing. And even as this unfolds, the journey is not ending here, because what is being awakened within you now is only the beginning of what will continue to unfold, layer by layer, step by step, as you remain attentive to the call, responsive to the prompting, and willing to move forward even when the full path is not yet visible, trusting that the same faith that carried you through the hidden seasons will continue to guide you into what comes next, where the next instruction, the next refinement, and the next unfolding moment will meet you exactly where you are, just as this message has done, without rushing, without forcing, but steadily drawing you deeper into the unfolding purpose that is still speaking, still shaping, and still calling you onward as the journey continues. What you are sensing now is not pressure to perform, but an invitation to align. Alignment brings rest even before results appear. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Rest is not the absence of responsibility, it is the absence of striving. You are learning that purpose flows best when you are anchored, not anxious. The urgency you once felt to prove yourself is giving way to a quiet confidence that what is meant for you cannot miss you. Doors that open by force often close by force, but what opens by assignment remains. There has been a deep reordering taking place in your inner life. Desires are being refined, motives are being examined. What once excited you no longer holds the same power, and what once seemed insignificant now carries weight. Delight yourself in the law. And he will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37:4. This is not about granting every wish. It is about shaping desire until it reflects purpose. As your heart aligns, what you want and what you are called to do begin to converge. You have also been learning to trust guidance, even when logic hesitates. Faith often asks you to step forward before the ground feels stable. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. Understanding usually comes after obedience, not before. This has required courage from you, because moving without full explanation can feel vulnerable. Yet vulnerability has become a place of strength, because it keeps you dependent on wisdom greater than your own. There were seasons when your prayers shifted from asking for answers to asking for endurance. That shift mattered. Endurance builds spiritual muscle. Tribulation produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. Romans 5:3-4. Hope that has been tested does not collapse under pressure. It stands steady when circumstances fluctuate. You are no longer easily shaken by temporary setbacks because you have learned that they are not permanent definitions. You have also discovered that obedience sometimes requires separation. Certain environments could not support what was growing in you. Certain conversations diluted your clarity. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 1:2. Renewal often requires distance. It is difficult to hear direction clearly in spaces that constantly pull you backward. Stepping away was not rejection of others, it was protection of purpose. The patience being formed in you is deliberate. Patience is not passive waiting, it is active trust. Those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Isaiah 4:31. Waiting renews, it does not weaken. In that waiting, your perspective has widened. You no longer measure progress only by visible outcomes. You recognize growth in restraint, in wisdom, in discernment. These are foundations that cannot be rushed. There has also been healing happening beneath your awareness. Wounds you learn to function around are finally being addressed. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147:3. Healing is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is subtle, revealed by what no longer triggers you, by the peace you maintain where chaos once ruled. You are discovering that wholeness is not the absence of scars, but the absence of control those scars once had over you. You have been entrusted with insight not meant to isolate you, but to equip you. Insight brings responsibility. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask, and it will be given. James 1:5. Wisdom is meant to be applied with humility. You are learning to balance truth with compassion, conviction with gentleness. This balance is essential for what lies ahead, because influence without humility becomes heavy. Humility paired with truth brings restoration. There were moments when you felt unseen, when your efforts went unacknowledged. Yet even in anonymity, faithfulness mattered. Whatever you do, do it heartily, as to the Lord and not to men. Colossians 3:23. What is done unseen is not unrewarded. Integrity practiced in private shapes authority exercised in public. You were being trusted with character before being trusted with impact. The sense of urgency returning now is different from before. It is not frantic, it is focused. Focus clarifies direction. Set your mind on things above, not on things on the earth. Colossians 3:2. This focus does not remove you from daily responsibilities, it gives them meaning. Ordinary moments become opportunities for faith to be lived, not just spoken. Consistency is becoming your strength. You are also being reminded that you do not walk alone. Support may not always look like agreement, but it appears when needed. Two are better than one, for if they fall, one will lift up the other. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. Help has arrived before in unexpected forms, and it will continue to do so. Pride would isolate you. Humility allows support. You are learning to receive without guilt and to give without control. There is a refining of vision taking place. What once seemed broad is becoming specific. Clarity is emerging about where to invest your energy. Write the vision and make it plain. Habakkuk 2:2. Vision that is clear sustains discipline. Discipline protects momentum. You are being trained to steward vision wisely, not emotionally. Emotional decisions fluctuate. Disciplined obedience endures. Fear has tried to revisit you, but it no longer holds the same authority. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. Soundness of mind brings stability. Power guided by love brings transformation. Fear may knock, but it no longer defines your choices. Courage now speaks louder than hesitation. Even your failures have been reframed. They are no longer sources of shame, but places of instruction. A righteous one may fall 7 times and rise again. Proverbs 2:16. Rising matters more than falling. Each recovery strengthened resolve, deepened humility, and sharpened wisdom. You learned that mercy meets you quickly when you choose to return rather than retreat. You are standing at a threshold, though it may not look dramatic. Thresholds often appear ordinary until crossed. Awareness is the signal. Obedience is the step. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Psalm 119:10-5. Lamps illuminate enough for the next step, not the entire journey. Trust grows with each step taken in obedience. What is unfolding now will require continued attentiveness. Distraction would dilute what is being built. You are learning to guard your inner life because it shapes your outer impact. Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring the issues of life. PR. Proverbs 4:23. Guarding does not mean closing off, it means discerning what is allowed to influence you. As momentum builds, humility must remain your anchor. Success without humility creates distance. Humility keeps purpose pure. He gives grace to the humble. James 4:6. Grace sustains where talent alone cannot. You are being taught to remain teachable, even as confidence grows. This posture will protect you in seasons of increase. The journey continues to unfold in layers. Each layer reveals more responsibility, more opportunity, more refinement. You are not being rushed, but you are being readied. Faith that carried you through uncertainty will carry you through clarity. Obedience that sustained you in waiting will sustain you in movement. And as you move forward, listening, responding, adjusting, trusting, there remains more to be revealed, more to be shaped, more to be entrusted, as the path continues to open just enough for the next step, and the next, and the next, drawing you further into what has been forming all along, still unfolding, still calling, still working within you even now as the journey presses onward. There is a strengthening happening now that feels quiet but firm, like roots pressing deeper into the soil where storms cannot easily reach. What once unsettled you now passes without the same disruption because your foundation has been reinforced. Everyone who hears these words and puts them into practice is like a wise one who built their house on top. He rock, Matthew 7:24. Foundations are rarely admired, yet they determine everything that follows. You are discovering that stability is not loud, it is consistent. You are also becoming aware that discernment is increasing. Situations that once confused you now reveal themselves more clearly. You sense when to move and when to wait, when to speak and when to remain silent. This awareness is not accidental. The spiritual person judges all things. 1 Corinthians 2:15. Discernment grows through intimacy with truth, through repeated choosing of obedience over impulse. It allows you to navigate complexity without losing peace. The courage forming in you is not reckless. It is measured, anchored, and intentional. You no longer rush toward recognition or approval. Instead, you move with purpose, aware that timing matters as much as action. There is a way that seems right, but its end leads to death. Proverbs 14:12. You have learned to pause, to seek wisdom, to wait for alignment rather than chase momentum. This restraint is preserving you. There has been a refining of expectations as well. You are releasing the idea that purpose always looks dramatic. Many of the most significant acts of faith happen quietly, in consistency, in unseen obedience. Whoever is faithful in little is faithful also in much. Luke 16:10. Little moments shape large outcomes. The faithfulness you practice now is preparing you for responsibilities that will require depth rather than display. You are noticing that peace has become a guide. When something disrupts that peace, you pay attention. Let the peace of God rule in your hearts. Colossians 3:15. Peace does not mean absence of challenge, it means presence of assurance. It confirms when you are aligned and warns when something is out of order. This internal compass is helping you navigate decisions with greater confidence. The weight of comparison has been lifting. You no longer measure your progress against someone else's timeline, You understand now that calling is personal and timing is intentional. There are different kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit distributes them, 1 Corinthians 12:4. Difference does not mean deficiency. Your path does not need to mirror another to be valid. Freedom has come from embracing your assignment fully. You have also been learning endurance in hope. Hope that is anchored does not fluctuate with circumstances. Now hope that is seen is not hope, but if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience. Romans 8:24-25. Waiting no longer feels like stagnation, it feels like anticipation. Expectation has replaced frustration because you trust that what is forming beneath the surface will soon become visible. There is a maturity in how you handle disappointment now. Where discouragement once lingered, it now passes more quickly. You process, you release, and you refocus. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Psalm 35. You no longer fear temporary sorrow, because you know it does not have final authority. Resilience has become part of your character. Your understanding of strength has also changed. Strength is no longer defined by self-sufficiency, but by surrender. Those who boast should boast in the Lord, 1 Corinthians 1:31. Surrender does not diminish you, it aligns you. It removes the pressure to control outcomes and replaces it with trust in guidance beyond your own capacity. This has brought freedom to your decisions. You are also becoming more attentive to stewardship. Time, energy, relationships, and resources are being evaluated with greater care. It is required of stewards that they be found faithful, 1 Corinthians 4:2. Faithfulness is not about quantity, it is about responsibility. You are learning to invest where there is alignment and to withdraw where there is depletion. This wisdom is protecting your purpose. The compassion growing in you is deeper now. You see others with more patience, more grace, more understanding. Pain has softened you rather than hardened you. Be merciful just as your Father is merciful. Luke 6:36. Compassion does not compromise truth, it expresses it with humility. This balance will allow you to reach others without losing yourself. You are also recognizing that correction has played a role in your growth. Not every closed door was opposition, some were redirection. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness, Hebrews 12:11. Correction refined your path. It prevented detours that would have delayed your assignment. What once felt like loss is now seen as protection. There is an increasing clarity about your voice. You are becoming more comfortable speaking truth without apology and listening without defensiveness. Let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, Colossians 4:6. Your words are gaining weight because they are rooted in integrity. Silence and speech are now chosen, not reactive. The consistency you have built is beginning to produce fruit. Small habits, repeated faithfully, are creating visible change. Do not despise these small beginnings, Zechariah 4:10. Growth often looks insignificant at first, but momentum is forming. You are witnessing the results of perseverance, and it is reinforcing your commitment to remain steady. You are also learning that joy is a discipline, not just a feeling. Choosing joy in the midst of uncertainty strengthens your spirit. The joy of the Lord is your strength, Nehemiah 8:10. Joy sustains you when emotions fluctuate. It reminds you that purpose is larger than present circumstances. Your awareness of responsibility is increasing alongside your capacity. You are being trusted with more because you have proven faithful with less. Well done, good and faithful servant. Matthew 2:5-21. Faithfulness has expanded your influence quietly. Authority is being formed from the inside out, not imposed. From the outside in, you are noticing that fear no longer dictates your decisions. Caution remains, but paralysis has lifted. Perfect love casts out fear, 1 John 4:18. Love clarifies motives. It gives courage to move forward without guarantees. You are learning to step despite uncertainty, trusting that provision meets obedience. The refinement of patience continues. You are becoming comfortable with process, aware that transformation unfolds over time. Let patience have its perfect work, James 1:4. Perfection here means maturity. Each delay is shaping your response, each wait strengthening your resolve. You are not behind, you are being prepared. Your understanding of obedience has deepened. It is no longer transactional but relational. You obey not to earn favor, but because of trust. If you love me, keep my commandments, John 14:15. Obedience flows from relationship. It aligns your will with purpose and brings clarity where confusion once lived. You are also recognizing that rest is part of faith, not a reward for exhaustion. In returning and rest you shall be saved. In quietness and trust shall be your strength. Isaiah 3:15. Rest allows recalibration. It keeps your spirit attentive and your mind clear. You are learning to pause without guilt. There is a sharpening of focus happening. Distractions that once pulled your attention no longer hold the same power. Fix your eyes on what is unseen, 2 Corinthians 4:18. Focus directs energy. It prevents dilution of purpose. You are becoming intentional with where you place your attention. Your resilience has been tested and proven. You have stood through uncertainty without abandoning your values. Stand firm then, Ephesians 6:14. Standing is sometimes the assignment. Not every season requires movement. Some require endurance. You have learned to remain rooted even when winds shift. You are becoming more comfortable with mystery. Not every question needs immediate resolution. The secret things belong to the Lord, Deuteronomy 2:9-29. Trust grows when you release the need to know everything. Faith rests in character rather than explanation. The awareness that your life carries influence is settling in. Influence does not always announce itself. It shows up in consistency, integrity, and compassion. Let your light shine before others, Matthew 5:16. Light does not strive to be seen, it simply illuminates. You are learning to live visibly without performing. You are also becoming attentive to alignment in relationships. Connections are being refined. Some are strengthening, others fading naturally. Can two walk together unless they are agreed? Amos 3:3. Alignment protects momentum. It ensures that growth is supported rather than resisted. There is an increasing sense of readiness, not because everything is known, but because trust has matured. You are prepared to move when prompted, to wait when instructed, to adjust when redirected. Here I am, send me. Isaiah 6:8. Willingness matters more than certainty. The journey continues to deepen, revealing layers of purpose that require continued humility, attentiveness, and obedience. Each step uncovers more responsibility and more grace to carry it. You are learning that calling unfolds progressively, not all at once. And as you continue forward, listening closely, responding faithfully, remaining teachable, there is still more being formed, more being clarified, more being entrusted, as the path continues to open just enough for the next movement, the next lesson, the next unfolding moment, drawing you further into what has been shaping quietly all along, still working, still refining, still inviting you to remain present, aware, and responsive as the journey moves forward without pause, without finality, and without conclusion, continuing to unfold even now as you remain attentive to what is still to come. As this message comes to rest within you, let it serve not as an ending, but as an anchoring reminder of what you already carry. You are not walking forward empty-handed, you are moving with wisdom earned, faith refined, and purpose clarified through every step you have taken. What lies ahead does not demand perfection from you, only continued trust, obedience, and attentiveness. You have been prepared more than you realize, strengthened in ways that may only now be becoming visible. Even when the path narrows or the pace slows, you are not delayed, you are aligned. Being confident of this very thing, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. Philippians 1:6. Let this assurance steady your steps and quiet any lingering doubt. Remain rooted, remain teachable, remain faithful in what is placed before you today, knowing that each moment of obedience builds toward what is next. The same guidance that sustained you through hidden seasons will continue to lead you with clarity and peace, illuminating each step as it comes. Walk forward without fear, without striving, and without retreat, holding firmly to what you have learned, trusting that the purpose unfolding in your life is neither fragile nor accidental, but firmly established, patiently revealed, and faithfully carried forward as you continue the journey with courage, humility, and unwavering trust.